took a week off last week because it was Labor Day, and I had family to come in. And I must say, I missed you guys. I really did. How are you guys doing? Good evening. I thought I cut that down. All right. How you guys been? How was your weekend? We got our special guest, Miss Ashlyn. We're gonna introduce her in just a second. You guys tell me, how was your weekend? How was your Labor Day? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed mine. I had family come in. All right. Let's see who we got watching. You guys remember to share. We're gonna get started in just a second. We're gonna try to build this audience up. Um, please share. Like I say all the time, it does not cost you a dime to share. It's free.
Mm-hmm.
It is free to share. So only thing you have to do is hit two buttons. You hit share, the bottom left hand corner of your screen, you'll hit right post, and then you'll hit post. That's three. Yeah, I said two, three. So please share this live. We're gonna be talking tonight with Miss Ashlyn Renee. Hey, Angela, how you doing? What's going on? Cause oh, that's who I was hanging out with for Labor Day. My cousin, she came in from Orlando. We had a really good time. So y'all remember to share. Ashlyn, did you get a chance to put it on your page?
I did.
Okay.
I shared.
We're going to give it a few minutes and we are going to start. We're going to be talking about what happens after the ceremony. It's going to be a really, really good topic. I'm excited about it. I've been blessed to have a couple of ceremonies. So I feel like I'm a pro on ceremonies. I done had a couple of them things. You feel me? So we're gonna talk about what happens after the ceremony. Like I said, we got Ashlyn Renee. We're gonna introduce her in just a second. And she is, how long you been married, Ashlyn?
Almost 2 years. I got married. Well, we got married in March of 2019.
Okay. So you guys, I would say kind of still in the honeymoon stage, kind of sort of, almost a little bit.
Well, we've kind of sort of, but we've known each other for like a decade.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. I know y'all dated for a long, long. For y'all was young when y'all started dating.
hmm
Absolutely. So, guys, welcome to What's Love with Jamar. I am your host, Jamar Stanford. And What's Love is a relationship based show where we talk about all different topics of relationship. We talk about love, we talk about relationship, we talk about marriage, we talk about divorce, we talk about open relationships, we talk about I'm trying to get a guy on my show that lives a poly lifestyle. He has two wives. So I'm trying to get him on my show because I want to talk to him. I want to know exactly how he is able to live under the roof with two women. I'm gonna tell you, it's hard to live with one. He got two. So I want to get him on my show. I want to talk about that. So we talk about all types of stuff. There's all different types of different facets of love. It's a complicated thing. We're all out here trying to figure it out. We're all out here trying to understand each other and learn each other. And sometimes, we win, and sometimes we don't. So that's what's love with Jamar is all about. I want to thank you guys for watching. If this is your first time watching, then you can watch this show every Monday. It comes on every Monday at 7 o'clock. We go live, and I have a wide variety of guests. Sometimes I come on and talk by myself, but however, it's a really good show, and we get some good knowledge. I kind of bring in expert point of views. I bring in my own point of view from my own personal experiences, things that I've learned along the way, and so does my guest. So, if you want to find me, you can find me on Facebook by typing in Jamar Stanford. That is my Facebook page. I got room for about 1,700 more friends. So I don't think I'm gonna cross over to a fan page until I reach my 5,000 friends. I just don't see the reason why I should. Um, and also, you can find me on YouTube. We're also streaming live on YouTube right now. I want to say hello to all of my YouTube watchers. Please go to my YouTube page and subscribe. You can go by subscribing by putting in What's Love TV Live. What's Love TV Live. That's how you can find me on YouTube. You also can go and find me on all podcast platforms, all streaming podcast platforms. You can find me by typing in my name and typing in What's Love, and I should come up. And listen to my podcast as well. Um, so go and find me there. Hey Kimberly, how you doing? Hey Cheyenne, how you doing? Um, Rona, Mildred, how you doing? It's good to see you guys. I'm glad you guys are watching. Please share, if you would. We're gonna dive into the content on tonight, and we're gonna be talking about what happens after the ceremony. So I think me and Ashlyn is probably the best people that can talk about this because she's been married a little bit over a year. I've been married twice and divorced twice. So, and I had a ceremony both times, and I kind of know what happens afterward. It can be good or it can be bad. Seems like in my case they were both bad because I'm divorced. So here I am. Um, hey, Mika, how you doing? Hey, Shakira. So we're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna dive into it. So before I do that, I want to introduce my guest on tonight, Miss Ashlyn Renee. Say hey to everybody, Ashlyn.
Hi, hey girl, hey, hi.
All right, so I've been knowing Ashlyn for a long time. We grew up in church together. I'm some years older than you. How old are you, Ashlyn? If you don't mind.
I'm 30. I'm 30.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, we're in the same age group. I'm 34.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we grew up together at church. Um, and I worked alongside her dad for a number of years. Her dad is a pastor, and I worked alongside her dad for a lot of years. And I've seen Ashlyn. We grew up together. We, you know, went to church together, hung out together, all that kind of stuff. And so a little bit about Ashlyn's professional career. Ashlyn Renee, is it Loban?
It's Loban.
Yeah,
It's
Loban.
Loban for the country folk. It's Loban for the upper echelon.
Okay, well, Ashlyn Renee Loban uh, never lets no slow her down as she climbs her career ladder with determination. Her positive outlook and willingness to do extra work helps her achieve success as the administrative coordinator for Manufacture Alabama, the only trade association in the state dedicated to the needs of manufacturers and their partners' business. Although somewhat new to her role, she already loves how she can combine her two passions, people and law, where her mantra is passion for law, compassion for people. Ashlyn completed her undergraduate studies at Faulkner University with a bachelor's in legal studies and currently is pursuing her master's in criminal justice and public administration at Liberty University. In addition to Ashlyn's professional work, she has contributed as a volunteer with the Montgomery Youth Court and participated in Emerge Montgomery, while serving as an active member of Fresh Morning House of Worship. At home, Ashlyn and her husband Shaka care for their daughter Kaylin, while Ashlyn helps with her daughter's classroom at school. Sorry. Her other hobbies include being a part-time entrepreneur, creating and designing media kits and social media branding for influencers, bloggers, and aspiring entrepreneurs and small business owners. She also enjoys motivating, empowering, and affirming her online community of girlfriends, Hey Girl, Hey United, along the journey of uh, self-love. So I want to introduce you guys, Ashlyn Renee. All right,
Thank you,
so
thank you, thank you, thank you.
Ashlyn, before we get started, I would like for you to, because you've had your Hey Girl, Hey organization for some time now, and I want you to kind of
Mhm.
give us a brief synopsis of what Hey Girl, Hey is, where can we find Hey Girl, Hey, and all that good stuff.
So Hey Girl Hey is basically an online community. I'm sorry, an online community of women. I like to call us the girlfriends. We're like social media girlfriends. I've known some of them for such a long time. I've known some of them for not such a long time. Some of them have actually, I've never met them before, but they actually came to my wedding, traveled near and far. But that's the type of community that it is. It's very close knit and it's all online. So you can find us. My strong platform is Instagram. So you can find me on Instagram at Hey Girl Hey United. Slide in my DM, give me a hey, let me know that you're new here. But that's what Hey Girl Hey United is. We focus on self love, self empowerment. Affirmations is I really stress the importance of speaking positive things over your life, over and over the lives of others. And so that's what you get when you join or when you become a part of Hey Girl Hey.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's awesome. To be able to have a online platform where you meet people from all over the world and have the ability to build a strong friendship with them, and it's all done virtually. And then at certain times in each other's life, you go and you support each other and uplift each other and things like that. That's off. That's awesome. So anybody that want to maybe check her out, go to her Instagram, which is Hey Girl Hey United, and say hello. I want to say hey to some
Yeah,
people.
I'm here.
Hey Bridget, hey Travis. Travis is actually on his way to my house. Just flew in from Korea, and my house is his first stop. He may be just using me for a free bed. I don't know if he coming to see his best friend or he just using me for a bed because he jet lagged. I don't know which one it is, but either way, that's my boy, and he came all the way from Korea, so my house is open to him. Um, hey Beverly, hey Dina, how y'all doing? So we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. Like I said, our topic tonight is what happens after the ceremony. What happens after the ceremony? So check this out. It's the wedding day. Okay, ladies, you got your perfect dress. Okay, you got the perfect venue, the perfect setup, all your loved ones by your side. Guys, you got the perfect haircut, all right? The perfect tuxedo and shoes. Everything fits just right, all right? You was able to pull off the wedding of your woman's dreams, guys. The food is perfect. The DJ is lit, all right? Playing all the right songs. Everyone is smiling. while the photographer is snapping the pictures. Everyone is giving you congratulations and thanks. So the night is over, all right? And you head to your hotel to rest up for the honeymoon the next day. You leave that wedding with a high from it all, and it may last only a month. All right, now you back from the honeymoon a month later, reality has set in. You come off that high and you begin to do life together. You get back and you get settled in together and you start learning who you married. What do you do after the ceremony? What do you think of what's your thoughts on that, Ashley? What do you do after the ceremony? You done got all the glitz and glam. You had the wedding of your dreams. You looked at him in his eye and you said, I'm gonna love you for forever, for better or for worse, for richer or for poor, sickness and in health. I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love your dirty draws.
Oh
What
my God,
what
not the dirty
happens
draws.
when you get home a month later, 2 months later, reality done set in? What's your thoughts on that?
Mm. I don't. I mean, I think so. I think we put so, and that's the issue. I think we put so much emphasis on the ceremony, the lights, the camera, the action, the production, the appearance of everything, the aesthetics of everything. And then we forget that after it's all said and done, after we say I do, after we go home, after everyone is left, we forget that we're, we're supposed to be with this person forever, right? This is now our life partner. Reality sets in. So I think, in the midst of planning everything, we don't think about that. And sometimes when we get home and the honeymoon phase dies down, I think it's a almost like not a culture shock, but a reality shock. Almost for some people, like, oh my God, this is not what I was expecting, or just, oh my God, this is not the person that I thought this person would be, or just like, what in the world is going on? I really think it's a shock, but I mean, that's why it's so important to not only focus on the big day, but to also focus on the days after the big day, right? That's how I see it. Like, after, because I've known my husband for so long, it really wasn't, I mean, it was a reality check, but it wasn't like, oh my God, who's this stranger? Like, I obviously know him. But I think, after we got married, I was like, "Sheesh, this is, we married? We married now. Like, oh, you still here. We're married. We're married. And honestly, for a long time, that took that took a long time. To this day, I'm still shocked that I'm married. And so I don't think you ever stop, being dumbfounded sometimes. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, still here, I'm still married, we're still married, like that's been my whole thing.
Okay, absolutely. So for me, it's like my experience has been I'm a huge communicator. I'm actually a over communicator.
Hmm.
I can kind of communicate too much. Like when it's time to like leave good enough alone, like I'll keep going.
Hmm.
So I've always been a big communicator, but um that hasn't been that wasn't who I married. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm. Hmm.
uh
Hmm.
the times that I were married, um is there those the two individuals were like just kind of like I'll show you through my actions. Okay, I get that.
Hmm.
I understand that, but I still want to talk about it. I want to know how you feel.
Hmm.
Like, like instead of like, say for instance, if you're mad at me, then you show me that you're mad at me. I want you to sit me down and talk to me and tell me why
Verbally
are you
communicate
upset?
why you're mad.
You know what I'm saying? And I want to be able to hear you point out what I did to make you feel like I wronged you, or I did this
Mm-hmm.
thing that wasn't right. Instead of just, what's wrong with you? Nothing. You
Right.
know.
Right.
So for me, the reality, after all of the excitement, all of the glitz and glam and all that stuff is over, I want to know how you feel. I want to be able to know what our plan is.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that we want to accomplish, within a certain time frame. Of course we talked about that beforehand, but it's like talking about it again is kind of different when you're actually in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you
Right.
said,
Right. Right.
you said, okay, we're married. Oh wow, we're married. Okay, so what is our agenda for the next 3 to 5 years? What are we going to work on? What
Mm-hmm.
what goals are we going to try to accomplish? What do we want to do? What do we want our marriage to look like? You know, do we want to be such a great example to people, to where people will um, look at us and be like, I want my marriage to look like that? Do we want to be role models? Do we want to be
Mm-hmm.
just kind of like behind the scenes type people, under the radar? Because, I think people kind of make the decision whether they want to be like out on the forefront, or kind of a little bit more reserved. I am a extrovert all the way. So it's my
Right.
nature. It's my nature to be out. So, but I need to
Mm-hmm.
know how you feel about it. Are you that type of person?
Right.
Is that the type of marriage you want to have? Just different scenarios where we can sit down and talk, and create some type of plan for our marriage. What do we want our marriage to look like? And for me,
Mm-hmm.
um, it was always a just go with the flow type of thing, or take it day by day, or
Mm.
just however,
Mm.
just just wherever the road take us, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
then all of a sudden we look up and we like, oh crap, I don't like you no more, or oh crap,
Mm.
you don't like me no more, or you think that I'm too much of this or not enough of that. And if we had have established what our marriage was going to look like in the beginning,
Right.
then I
Right.
think
Right.
that it would have been a lot better, versus
Mm-hmm.
just, you always want to talk about stuff. You're always trying to plan stuff, this, that, and third. Yeah, because I want to know where I'm going. Like
Yeah.
that's what I want to know. I just don't want to be just
Mm-hmm.
every day I wake up figuring out marriage.
Right. Right. Right.
Because that gets um it gets a little redundant. And
Mm-hmm.
it's tiring, it's stressful. You trying to figure out um what we doing. Somebody, Beverly said, you have to be on the same page. Absolutely.
Right.
um
You
yeah,
definitely have to be on the same page.
yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of times people, they be in the same book, but they may be in the same
Not on the
chapter,
same
they ain't
page.
on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
It's imperative to constantly communicate with each other, and that way you can be on the same page. So I got a question
Mm-hmm.
to ask you, Ashley.
Okay.
Um, did you find yourself in your marriage trying to change your partner in the beginning?
That's a good question. I don't think, well, let me not lie. I don't think I was trying to change him, but maybe some of my actions or maybe some of my words may have come off as to trying to change him. And it would be more so like, when you're married, I don't know if it's just me or just women in general, we automatically think that the person is going to stop being the person that they was yesterday because they're married today, you know. And so I think I think that got to my head, right? I think that I was like, okay, now that we're married, everything has to change, right? Now that we're married, everything has to change. And so by me doing that, it was actually causing more harm than good. I'm trying to get you to, not saying that he's bad or anything, but just I'm trying to make you this whole completely different person now that we're married. And it doesn't work like that, right? No one changes overnight, not even myself. I don't change overnight, right? But I think now, and that was in the beginning, but now I realize, that caused harm more than it caused good. So it's better to go, if that's where it goes back to that communication. You have to communicate your expectations. It doesn't even matter if you're already married. It still means you have to communicate. You have to talk about the good conversations, the bad conversations, the tough conversations. All of it boils down to communication at the end of the day. And even what I expect from you as a husband and what you expect from me as a wife, that's communication. No, of course some things need to be changed. God's still working on me, but but because we can communicate what needs to be changed. You're not trying to change me as a person, but obviously just trying to change some of my bad habits, some things that, when you are single, you're selfish. It's just you. But when you get married, it's like you guys become one, and you kind of, so you have to be aligned in a sense, right? You can't be living, he can't be and I'm living my life, and then at the end of the day, when it's time to go to bed, we just come together. It doesn't work like that. You have to be on the same page as far as communication and everything. And I know a lot of times people, couples, when the tough conversations come, they don't want to talk about it, right? And so for me, that I believe that builds up resentment, right? You just you only want to talk about the good stuff. You don't want to talk about the bad stuff. So it's just a lot of resentment that just gets built up just because, there's no communication involved. Or, this person may have had these habits before you got married, and now you're thinking that you're married, they're supposed to change. And so you spending the rest of your living days trying to change a person. And it just does not work like that. So yes, I will say that I did try to change him, but not in a sense that he was just a horrible person, more so in the sense that I want you to do this, but it doesn't work like that. It's not about how Ashlyn wants someone to act, right? So that's where us being able to communicate effectively and properly came into play, right? So I will say I did try to change him, but now that I've realized it is not the best thing to do because I don't want nobody trying to change me. I like who I am. I work on a few things here and there, but that's it, honey. Um, but yes, in the beginning I did. But now I'm like, you are you. I married you for you, right? If I wanted to try to change you, then you wouldn't be the person that I wanted to marry at the end of the day. But if we can build, our communication wasn't the best in the beginning, but now I realize how important. I'm an over communicator too. I want to talk 24/7, but I realize that that's not his person. That's not his personality, which is totally fine. So now I just know how to approach situations. But I'm not trying to change nobody or nothing like that. But I will say in the beginning I did, and I learned really quick that that's just not the way to go.
Absolutely, absolutely. If you guys are just now starting to watch, you're watching What's Love with Jamar, and we are talking about what happens after the ceremony. And I asked Ashlyn the question: did she try to change her partner in the beginning of their marriage? And so my response to that, Ashlyn, would be what I've learned now is that first of all, you're not going to change anybody. Period. You
Hmm.
can try. You may be able to get them to
Tweak.
tweak a little bit of this or that, but you're not going to
Hmm.
totally change
Hmm.
no one. Um, hey, Shanita, how you doing? You're not going to be able to change anybody, and the fact of the matter is that that's what brought you together with that person is because they're different. So what we have to focus
Mm-hmm.
on is we have to focus on the strengths that that person have that makes us better.
Mm-hmm.
You follow what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of focusing on the little small things that we don't like about that person, you know, let's just say for an example, like you said, your husband, he's not a big talker. I know your husband personally, and
Mm-hmm.
no, he's not a big talker. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so a strength that you probably can pick up from him is you're over communicator, so you can talk, 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 talk. He probably can teach you how
Mm-hmm.
to say what you need to say and then shut up. That's it.
Right.
Instead of keep going on and on and on about it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so it's it and then your strength, what he can learn from is whenever he has a problem, instead of just holding it to himself, say what he how he feel,
Mm-hmm.
and when he get done saying it, just leave it
Mm-hmm.
alone. You know,
Right.
so that's what I had to learn, or that's what I have learned. Let me say that about um trying to change a person. Instead of me trying to change that person,
Mm-hmm.
I just pick up their strengths and I feed off that. I learn from their strengths and I'm hoping that they learn from mine. Beverly said, as a older person, I have learned that when you think you know your mate, but a lot of times you really don't. Well, I'm gonna tell you something,
Mm-hmm.
Beverly. And Beverly is one of my mom's best friends, and she's known me ever since probably when my mom was pregnant with me. Um, this is what experts say. Experts say that it is impossible to ever really get to know everything about a person
Right.
because historically every 5 to 10 years people evolve. So
Mm-hmm.
just think about this, Belle. You're not the same person you was when you was 25. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? When you was 25, when you turned 35, you wasn't the same person you was when you was 25. So
Mm-hmm.
everybody evolves. So you're never really gonna know the things that I would the things that I did 4 years ago. Just 4 years ago. I don't even do no more. Or
Mm-hmm.
the way that I think, the way that I thought 4 years ago, I don't even think that way no more. So you're never going to be able to know a person. Here's how you end up having a long lasting marriage is when you guys evolve together and you respect
Mm-hmm.
what you have evolved to, and I respect what you respect what I have evolved to, vice versa. I think I said that wrong, but you get what I'm saying. Um, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that's the whole key to that whole thing of trying to change people. Y'all hang on
Right.
1 second. I think my best friend may be close to my house. So just let me answer this real quick and just hold on 1 second. Hey, you close track. You close? Okay. Hold on, y'all. One more time. I gotta unlock the door for him. Okay, hold on. I should have done this before. I just thought about it. Hold on.
I'm just gonna grab my charger right quick. Uh-oh.
All right, back. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to let my best friend in. He just coming in from Busan, South Korea, and so he's gonna stay the night with me because he jet lagged. All right, so sorry about that, guys. But anyway, I'm back. So that's the key to it all. Once you learn that, then you're pretty much golden after that point. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and you're able to move on. So let me ask you guys out there watching, had the ones that have been married or is married, have did you try to change your mate in the beginning? Put it in the comment section and let me know what you think. Did you try to change your mate? So Ashlyn, um from my understanding, you got a question for me.
I do. So, my first question would be moving forward, whether you want to be married or not, do you want to remarry in the future down the line?
Um Short answer would be yes. I feel like
Okay. Okay. So that's good. That's good. That's good. Because that was one of my questions. So you don't have to answer that right now. But so being that you want to be married in the future, are there any obviously red flags? We talk about red flags all the time, but are there any green flags that you look out for in the future when you're talking to someone?
is there any red flags that I see when I'm talking to someone?
Not red flags, but green flags, like good signs. Are there any good signs? We always talk about the red flags, what to run away from. But what green flags attract you to someone, or what green flags are you looking for in a person?
Oh, that's different. Okay, okay, cool. All right, so first off, my antennas is wide open. Okay, for red flags and green flags. Um, Things that I
What if you
need.
can you can okay, hold on. You can say red flags and you can say green flags, but you can start off with green flags.
Okay, all right. So, um, the things that I need a woman to possess, that that will help me or that I like is first you have to have a spiritual life. That's the most important thing. You have to be a Christian. All right. You gotta believe in Jesus Christ, not the
Hmm.
universe. Okay. It's a
Hmm.
difference. So people be talking about the universe. No, I want you to be able to say
They
the
didn't
Lord.
replace God with the universe.
Exactly. Yeah. So all right. So that's the first thing. All right. You gotta love God. All right. I'm not saying you got to be a
Hmm.
straight and narrow Christian. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you
Hmm.
gotta love God. All right. Um,
Hmm.
that's the first thing. Second thing is I need you to be open to me being an extrovert. All right. I'm not saying that I'm no type of celebrity or anything like that, but I am a social butterfly. All right. I'm out in,
Hmm.
and I
Hmm.
I'm out in the community. I'm out, mingling and just out. You know what I'm saying? I'm an outgoing person.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you have to
Hmm.
understand that, and I also need someone to be able to understand that I am a hard worker. I've had complaints in the past. I won't call no names or nothing like that, but people said that I work too hard. I work too much. Um, So I am a hard worker, so I need for you to understand that, and I also need for you to understand that I got two kids. All right, and
Mhm.
two kids come as a package. And I'm not saying that I want you to be my kid's mom, but I'm saying that I need for you to be a example to them when they're with me because my kids are with
Mhm.
me
Mhm.
probably about 10 to 15 days out of the month. So I need for you to be able to handle that. Um, and and the other thing is I need honesty. I need honesty because I need to be
Mhm.
able to trust you with my I need to be able to trust you with my money. I need to be able to trust you with my kids. I need to be able to trust you, that you're gonna be able to do the right things whenever you're not around me, whenever we're not together. That's pretty much my main green flag that I look for. And there is a way that I look at or determine those things, and it's mostly through conversation.
Mhm.
I'm a conversationalist. People tend to not trying to brag or nothing like that, but I've had people to tell me, "Oh, I love the way that you're able to conversate. You're such an intelligent
Mhm.
person when it comes down to conversing back and forth." Um, and so with that, that's how I kind of learn who you are, what you like, what you will do, what you won't do. Because when you sit down, you're talking to somebody that you get them comfortable. The truth will come out, whether it's good or bad. So,
Right. Right. Right.
and as far as the red flag, um, I cannot deal with a jealous person. That's one of the biggest things because, especially with me doing what's love, what's love is mostly primarily women that
Mhm.
indulge in my show. So I need for you to
Mhm.
have a level of trust with me, and I'll make sure that whatever it is that I need to do to be an open book to you, so that you can trust me. I'll make sure that I do that. I'm not just saying you just gonna have to trust me, baby, and then I don't give you nothing to trust, you know. So I'm open to doing that, whatever that looks like.
Mhm.
But that's the number one thing. And then the other thing is I need for you to I don't like anyone that's not um goal driven. I'm not never really satisfied at the level that I'm at. I mean,
Mhm.
I can be comfortable,
Mhm.
but that don't mean I have to be satisfied.
Right.
I'm always trying to go higher, in whether that's in career, whether
Mhm.
that's in my spiritual life, whether that's in my personal life. So I do, I know self-care is more of like a topic women talk about, but I have self-care every day. I do something for myself every day.
Mhm.
I teach myself something every day.
Mhm.
And so it may be
Me
something
too.
small, it may be something large, but I teach myself something every day. And I need for you to be goal
Mhm.
driven and oriented like that as well. And I mean, that's basically it. I can go on and on, but those are like the biggest things that matter to me.
Mm. That's really good. That's that. That was good. Do you want me to ask my other? Do you want to go into? You want to ask me a question, or you want me to ask my? Do you
I'm
want
gonna
to elaborate
I'm
on the
gonna
first
ask you
question
a
that I asked you?
question. I'm gonna ask you a question,
Okay.
but I want to go to the comments real quick. Beverly
Okay.
Beverly said it took my third marriage to figure that out. My last one it's been 20 years and counting. Yeah. So Beverly has been divorced twice, just like me. And so she said it took the third time was charm. Absolutely. I think the third time is gonna be a charm
Mhm.
for me too. One thing I was gonna say is I feel like I'm I was born to be married. I've always been a relationship type person. You've been known you've known all both of my marriages,
Hmm.
and you
Yeah.
know I'm always in relationships. Like I'm just a relationship guy. That's just I don't know. That's just me, I guess.
It
Um,
is what it
it is what
is.
it is what it is. So absolutely, I think my third time is gonna be the charm. Um, Jennifer said, no, never tried to change one because I need them to be themselves. Trying to be
Hmm.
trying to be like me would be faking it. 17 years in the marriage.
Hmm.
Ah. So she had somebody that faked it for 17 years. That's I think that's
Wait, what? She had somebody who
hold
faked
on,
it
let me
for
see.
17 years?
Let me see.
No, she
She said
said 17
trying
years.
to
She's
be
been married 17 years.
trying to be like me would be faking it. 17 years in the
Hmm.
marriage. Okay.
Yeah, she's been married for 17 years.
Yeah. So, yeah, so I do have another question for you, Ashton. And you guys keep pouring in on the comments. Um, keep coming with the comments and if you have any questions as well, ask. I don't look at myself to be an expert, but um, I know a good bit though. I ain't saying I'm an expert, but I know a good bit now. And Ashlyn, she do too. Um, so the next question is, do you find yourself needing alone time? And the reason why I ask that is because one of the mistakes that I made in my marriage is I got married and then I just went all in, like all in. Like
Hmm.
I didn't hang out with my friends as much. I did. It was just all about my wife, like 24/7. Wife and kids. That's it. Wife, kids, work, church. That was it. And I think I kind of lost myself a little bit, so to speak.
Hmm.
Um, and that's one of the things that I kind of regret because I think that you should always have that balance, where you
Hmm.
can have friends, go out with your friends, take trips with your friends, whatever the case is. So, do you see yourself needing alone time sometime, just to yourself?
So I am an extrovert. There's never been I've never met a stranger. I would communicate with anybody. I like socializing and all of that type ordeal. My husband, he's the complete opposite. Um, but as far as needing alone time, I really strive when I am around other people. But I realize as the older I get, I also like I forgot the name that they call it because there's actually a word where you're kind of sort of an introvert and an extrovert. I think it's called an ambivert, I think. But not only do I love to be around people, but I also like my alone time. And the older I get, I realize that. So I don't, like alone time for me could be going to the grocery store. I like grocery shopping. That could be alone time with me. Alone time for me could be like waking up early in the morning and my daughter and my husband are still asleep, so I have time for myself. I mean, my daughter, she's 9. So I mean, she's very independent. So me wanting a long time from her and my husband is me getting in my car, leaving, and not saying where I'm going. Right. And usually I'm in a store, so I'm probably shopping somewhere. But that's a long time for me. Do I have to have it? I think I do have to have it. Do I make a big deal out of it? No, because I also like to be with my husband and with my daughter as well. But I know I also being by myself allows me to recharge. It allows me to regain my focus. It allows me to stay grounded when it comes to my goals because then I have time to sit and think. Like I don't have my husband calling me boo. I don't have my baby calling me mommy. It's just my alone time in that present moment of whatever I'm doing. Um, so yes, because when I not during our marriage because we haven't been married long, but when I first had when we first had our daughter, I lost myself. I didn't realize it until years later, but having her really, I really just put every single thing into, being a mom. So, and I realized years down the road, I'm like, really, I really lost myself in just being a mom, which is, not a bad thing, but you don't realize it until something else happens, right? So with that, after I realized that, I made a promise to myself that I would not more so never do that again, because I was a new mom at the time. That's what most moms do. But, in order for me to be a good mom, I obviously have to take care of myself, take care of my mental, my self care, do whatever I need to do in order for me to be a good mom. And I'm married. I realize it's the same, when it comes to being married. In order for me to be a good wife, I have to be a good me to me first, right? I can't be a good, happy wife if I'm sad and depressed all the time, because all of my time and my energy is going to my family, which is not a bad thing. But like you said, there still has to be some type of balance, because this just goes back to being resentful as as time goes by. You realize you never really spent any time for yourself. You never really set any time aside for yourself. You never really accomplished your goals. Everything was strictly your family, your husband, your child. Nothing was for you. And I realized that at a young age, as being a young mom and now wife, I realized that it's very important for me to take time for me at the end of the day, no matter what, whether I gotta get up at 5 in the morning and go do whatever I need to do just to be alone with me, then that's how I need to do it. Because like I said, at the end of the day, I can't be the best version of a wife or the best version of a mom if I'm not taking care of me. And if I feel like I'm spazzing out, or if I feel like I'm projecting anger or whatever issues that's going on with me onto my husband or to my child, I know it's because I haven't had any time to myself, right? And so from there, I just do what I finish off whatever I'm doing, and then I designate time for myself, whether it's me clocking out and telling them, hey, this is, I'm about to go to bed. But, that's what I realized. Taking the time out for yourself is very important. Spending time with
Absolutely.
friends, spending time with, going out by yourself, do whatever, whatever works for you. But I realize that it is very, very important.
Absolutely. You hit on some good points, especially saying that how can you be a great wife and a great mom if you don't take care of yourself first? And of course, the key to being great at anything is taking care of yourself first. So that is absolutely true. Guys, if you're just watching, you're watching What's Love with Jamar. I almost changed the name. um, you're watching What's Love with Jamar. You can find me on Facebook by typing in Jamar Stanford. Also on YouTube at What's Love TV Live, and also all podcast platforms. I am there. Just type my name in or something, and you'll find me. Hey Quanda, I want to say hey to a couple people. Hey Quanda, hey Daryl, hey Shantoya, and Miss Lillian. And Miss Lillian, she said, um, I'm believing that the third time would be my charm. Would be my charm. I
Mhm.
too feel I was made for marriage. I'm not giving up on true love. Absolutely. Absolutely. Never give up on true love,
Mhm.
because I'm telling you, true love is real. And when you have it, you know it. Um, you have to look at those red flags and those green flags, like Ashlyn asked me a little while ago. So Ashlyn, I think we probably got time for maybe one more question. Ask me that other question that you had.
So I was gonna let you elaborate on if you wanted to, why you wanted. Well, I know why you would like to get married again, but I was gonna let you elaborate on that. Maybe some, what would you do different? Since you're saying the third time is a charm, what would you do different? We already know what you're looking for, and you know what your red flags are and what your green flags are, but is there anything, every no marriage is the same, but is there anything that you would do differently when that third time charm comes around?
Absolutely. That is a great, great question. Some things that I would do different is one, um, and I I'm gonna tell you what type of person I am. I'm the type of person where um I really don't say that my both of my divorces wasn't my fault. I don't say that. I'm not that type of person.
Mhm.
I'm real with myself because it takes two to tango. So I had my play in both
Mhm.
of them ending. One person may have been their weight may have been heavier than mine, but at the end of the day, I look
Mhm.
at it like I had fought in it as well. So
Right.
one thing that I've learned is um, listening. I think I would listen a whole lot more. I'm not saying that I was a
Mm.
person that was just stuck in my ways and my way or no way. Because my second marriage, I was totally not like that. But my first marriage, I was.
Mhm.
I would continue to be a great listener and be very considerate of my partner's feelings and how they feel. Because
Mhm.
I understand that women are emotional creatures, and everything they do um,
Very.
is
Mhm.
based upon emotion. So I would cater
Mhm.
to that a whole lot more. Um, Something else I would do. I would I would be a little bit more. I wouldn't be so reserved because I think my second marriage I was kind of
Mhm.
real reserved on a lot of stuff that I saw happen or that was going on. I didn't like address a lot of it because I was trying to prevent a fallout. You know, um,
Mhm.
I do think that you pick your battles, but however,
Mhm.
I'm learning how to address things that concerns me or that worries me, but it's my
Mhm.
delivery and
Mhm.
how I address it, the words that I use. I'm a little bit more. I would be a little bit more cautious on the verbiage that I use, that my tone. Because I'm a passionate person and I already talk with my hands, and I'm a loud talker, so I have to be conscious of all of that. Because I don't want to
Mhm.
have my partner to feel like I'm angry or I'm on the defensive end, you know. So those are some things that I've been trying to groom myself in and trying to
Mhm.
become because that will make me a better communicator. Even though I feel like I'm a pretty good
Right.
communicator, but it's the delivery sometimes too that can throw people off.
Mhm.
Because I'm a type person where I'm real animated. So I could be saying something and I could be like, well, I don't care how you feel about such. That may not be in the right turn, you know.
Yeah, it's more so how you that. Yeah, my husband always says it's not what you said, but it's how you
How
said.
you
I'm
feel.
dramatic and sarcastic, so
Yeah, yeah,
I totally
yeah,
understand.
yeah. Me too. And I'm very sarcastic. You know, you can say something and we in an argument. I'll be like, oh, go figure. Oh, you figure that out, huh? You know, so I can be I just have to learn how to tone those things down. And because women
Yeah.
are simply because women are emotional, and even though they may put that
Mhm.
hard face on right then, I really just hurt their feelings. You know,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
that's kind of some of the things that I've learned um, that I can think about right now on just on top of my head. But yeah. So let's see. Beverly said, you can't find everything you want in one pack. You can miss out sometimes
Mm.
because you can grow together if it was meant to be. Now that's true. That's facts
That's
right there.
good.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. You can't find everything you want in one package. You're right. Now, relationships is about give and take. You have to be able
Mm-hmm.
to say, you know, I was talking to a friend and they was telling me about how their partner shows them everything, shows them like they want to be with them. Like, and they show every action that they want
Mm-hmm.
to be with them. They are the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
perfect partner whenever they are around. But they partner like whenever they text or they may say sweet things, like they may not use the emojis, like the heart emojis, and
Mm-hmm.
may not may not
I've
say.
heard people complain about that.
Yeah, people complain about that. And I told this person, I was like, listen, which one is more important, the action or words? I mean, like you got to choose. That person may not be
Right.
a words of affirmation type of person. Like
Right. And
which
you have to learn their love language. Yeah.
yeah, you have to learn their love language. And so but I did tell this person this. I said, now, if words of affirmation is your love language, then that's when you need to talk to your partner and say, hey, I like for you to say this. I know you do it. I'm not saying you don't do it. You do it, but I want you to say it sometime too. That would be good for
Mm.
me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm sure that that partner will be able to, you know, oblige. Be able to do that. So that's all a part of growing together, and that's what it's all about. Evolving together, being on the same page, communicating how you feel and how you need to be loved. Not necessarily how you want to be loved, because it's a need. You need to be loved in this
Right.
particular way, because when you're loved in this particular way, your output is XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Yep.
output is gonna be what that person. So all in all,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be able to communicate those things and be able to express that. You know, Looks like we out
Mm-hmm.
of time, Ashlyn.
That's fine. This is a good time.
I told you it was gonna go fast.
This is a good time.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you guys for watching. Ashlyn, before you go, anything you'd like to say before we go?
I would just like to thank you for having me. Thank everyone for tuning in. As we stated before, if you want to find me on social media, you can find me at Hey Girl Hey United on Instagram. And for anyone who's getting ready to be married or who desires to be married, I will say, do not put all of your focus on the ceremony, but definitely go ahead and start thinking and working on what happens after the ceremony. But other than that, thanks again so much for having me. Marriage is definitely what you make it, and communication is plays a big, big role.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ashley, for accepting my invitation. We were at a
You're
party,
welcome.
and we was at your cousin and my friend's party, and we talked about
Hmm.
this particular episode a few weeks ago, and I'm glad that we
Yep.
were able to actually um, um, make it come to life. I think it was a good topic. I think we talked about some really good things, and we kind of
Hmm.
revealed peeled back some layers to marriage. A lot of times, like you were saying, we focus on the ceremony, and then we so tied up in that, because some people take a whole year to plan for a marriage, to plan for a wedding, and you not even working on your relationship that whole year. You working on the
Mm-mm.
wedding. And then
Mm-mm.
after the
The
ceremony, you sit up
wedding.
there looking stupid, like, oh crap, I forgot who you was. But we've been too busy focusing
I
on
even
the
forgot that
ceremony.
I was actually marrying you. I'm too focused on the ceremony. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's my biggest thing. Like, I just, especially with social media going on now, everyone is so how to, everything with the proposal to to everything, and then no one, it's very rare that you hear people speaking about what, the most important thing is to focus on the actual marriage. You can have a ceremony anytime, right? But
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. So, so this was some good talk. Guys, again, thank you for watching. If you guys want to follow me on social media, you can find me at Jamar Stanford on my Facebook page. Also on YouTube, What's Love TV Live, and all podcasting platforms. I'm on there. You just type in my name, type in What's Love, you'll find me. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna hang out with my best friend here from Korea, and I'm sure he got a lot of stuff to talk about, and we're gonna catch up. See you guys next
Mhm.
Monday at 7